Hey, it's Jim, and thanks a lot for joining me. And I always appreciate comments. So in this case, on one of my recent Fiverr Arbitrage videos, I got a question. I've gotten a few questions, which are really good. NC Elskamp, I apologize if I'm not saying that the best way, but had a couple of good questions starting off with they'd like to sell video and how much can they charge and stuff like that. And so those are good questions. We kind of walked through, some ideas, right, for that. Maybe starting at $59 free is a good starting point too when you're just starting out. I know that doesn't always make sense financially, but the best way to get started is to get confidence, right? And so you've got to get confident that you can do this business. And the best way to get that confidence is to actually do it. So when you're stuck, you've got two options. You can either fight through it and just keep building your business and asking and handling all the no's that you get from people, or the no responses, until somebody finally takes the leap and decides to pay you what you're asking. Or you can try to minimize that wait by going to businesses and saying, hey, I'll do one of these for you for free, right? Especially if it's the kind of service that you can provide for them or do really inexpensively on Fiverr. So that way you basically demonstrate that you can help these businesses by actually helping them. And what I mean by that is that you kind of deliver them results in advance so that they don't have to feel like you're a startup and it's going to be kind of, A, is this going to work? B, am I just going to lose money? Those are the big fears that they have, right? Just like you, if you're shopping for something online or offline, right? You kind of, need to have a certain level of trust. It's a leap of faith, right? So to overcome that, one of the ways that you can do it is to say, hey, I'm going to give you this video for free, and we'll give you a discount on a second one, so that's an entryway into, okay, well, they're going to give us a good deal and we're going to get one free. They can keep it. And, maybe some people will buy that second one option, especially after they see the first, right? So you give them a deal that way. Or you can be like, hey, I'm going to do this for you. I'll deliver it and you don't have to pay until you see it and you're satisfied with the results. So there's no risk, right? And so again, you're kind of taking away all of their fears about entering into this deal with you, right? Even though if it's a small deal, like, this stuff is still difficult, right? Because it takes time, and people value their time very much, much more than their money, right? They're not too worried about the $60 or the $500 or whatever. At most businesses, what they're worried about is waste and time, right? So those are the things that you want to sort of help them overcome as best you can and as quickly as you can, right? So we talked about some pricing ideas. Now she's come back with another great question, which is struggling to get clients on social media. Could I do face-to-face sales? Of course, face-to-face is great, especially when you're in a situation where if you kind of live somewhere where you can go and walk sort of door to door or make appointments, if you're comfortable doing that. A lot of people are, a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. But the one thing I wanted to make this video for, in addition to answering some of these other questions, is the idea that this last sentence here that we see on the screen, which is most small businesses are not even in social media platforms. Now, that's true, right? But those aren't necessarily the customers that you want to target, right? So it kind of seems like when you think about offering digital services to businesses, that you've got this small set of people who already have that stuff, and then you've got this whole ocean of people who don't have this, who aren't using social media, who don't have a website, who aren't doing advertising correctly online. It seems like that big ocean is where you want to go. But I can tell you, and why I wanted to have this conversation with you is because it's super important to recognize that the sale of your digital marketing service is like 150 times easier to somebody who already understands what you do and already understands the value of it, right? So, and by that I mean, you definitely, if you're offering videos, for example, like video commercials, I'm not 100% sure what videos, what kind of videos you're creating. So I'm just guessing or assuming or making this up, like what kind I would do are like the little 15-second commercials that you can basically, somebody can post on Instagram or Facebook, and use an ad for that, or they can just do, restaurant deals or that kind of thing. So they're super simple to set up if you know what you're doing and you have the software and stuff, which there's a great software that I review on this channel called InVideo, which does that stuff. So that's what I use for those. But I don't go and offer this service very often. So it's just it's a good one. It's just not something I do a lot of. So that's not the point though. The point though is that the key thing here is that the customers who already use those little videos and stuff already know the value of it, right? And chances are, so this is how I get website business on a regular basis, is because there's so many flakes out there. When I say flake, I just mean people who showed up to do the website for a business and then disappeared. There's so many of those out there that I only go to businesses that need help, and basically, like, one of my marketing pitches is, has your website developer disappeared? Question mark, right? If so, we can help and we'll be there for you, right? So it's the same thing with these video makers. So you want to target businesses that are already on social media platforms if you're doing like social media type videos for them, right? Because they already get it. They're already in the flow. They already have the channel. They already have the know-how, and they see the value in this, right? And so those are the folks you want to focus on. So yeah, don't be put off by the fact that there's so much of an ocean of customers out there, businesses that don't have social media or websites. Just forget about them. Just focus on the ones that do and help them, right? Just be there for them, because there's a good chance that all these people on social media and stuff are having a bad experience with some other vendor, some other digital marketing company, and they're just dying for somebody to come in and just show up and give them good value and a good deal and actually deliver what you say you're going to deliver. So that's like the secret to this business, is just show up and like do what you say you're going to do, right? So given that you're going to be doing that, I think you should target social media. So now what I wanted to do is just jump over and show you like how I would do this. If you want to sort of go directly, this kind of bridges the gap between making posts on Facebook, and like I suggested in my Fiverr Arbitrage video, like in Facebook groups for local businesses. If you're not getting traction there, totally understand that. Sometimes it's a numbers game and you just have to keep trying. So I wouldn't give up on that. Maybe you need to craft a message that resonates a little differently, so you can try from different angles. And what I've always found that works on those Facebook posts is just being honest. Like, hey, we're a business that's looking to grow. So we're offering an extreme discount just to get a couple of customers who will give us feedback. And here's the service we're offering. If you're interested, comment below. Right? Just be honest. And you don't have to like prop up and try to be a business or a marketing agency that you're not, right? It's just easier to be transparent, because you can sleep at night and like you don't have to feel weird if they discover that you don't have a $10,000 website or whatever. it's fine. Businesses will still work with you. And those that don't want to, that's fine. Just move on to the next one. Okay, but let's go to this method that I would use to target these businesses. So you can do this on Facebook, right? Or you can do this on Instagram. I recommend Instagram for the video service. So what I did, I just opened up Instagram. I'm on desktop. You can do this on your phone too. But just search up restaurants are a great example, right? So you're looking for restaurants, or it could be fitness clubs, it could be dance, it could be, there's all sorts of different businesses you can target, right? But so I just searched up restaurants in Denver, right? And so they're going to bring back, all these different options here. So, if we click on like wine, you can scroll through and you just have to start clicking around. Like what I did, I clicked on this, looking at best restaurants. I've heard of this Barolo Grill, and they're pretty good. So then what I do is I follow them, right, on Instagram, because then once you followed them, you can send them a message, right? And so now you can basically pop in here and just write them a quick message saying, just like what we talked about before, hey, I'm a new business. I offer a video service. I see that you guys have a great presence on Instagram. I think I can make you a wonderful video, and I'm doing these super cheap so that I can try to grow my business. If you're interested, I'll make a video for you. I'll give it to you. You don't have to pay a thing until you see it and like it. Okay, and we're going to give you a 50% discount on the video anyway. So there's no risk to you. All I need is a few photos. You don't even have to say that, right? Because you can just grab photos from their website and make it. If you're crafty enough, or you can get that stuff from their Instagram page, the more you can do for them and save them time, the better. But you're going to reach someone on the other side of this Instagram account, right? And so I'm not going to say it's going to work every time, but if you go out and send 10 messages a day, like this, direct messages to customers or prospects that have a presence on Instagram, no matter how big or small, they've already gone to Instagram, right? They're there. You're going to find customers that way. So I hope that helps and gives you some ideas. You can do the same thing on Facebook, right? I talk about the groups, but you can also just search up, individual businesses inside Facebook too. So, and of course there's software and stuff like that will search all these businesses for you and find ones that are good prospects and, email them for you or direct message them for you. You don't really need that stuff until you've already got customers coming in on a regular basis and the message you want to send and what works and stuff. So I wouldn't recommend getting those until you've just gone and done 10 a day for a couple weeks and gotten a few customers and seen what works. So I know that'll work for you. I hope that helps you. And I appreciate all the questions and interaction on the channel. And hey, anybody else who is watching this, if this helps, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. All right.